Your Excellencies, Honorables, distinguished guests, ladies and gentlemen, on the occasion of our National Day and the celebration of our 30th anniversary of independence, I'm pleased to invite the Prime Minister of the Commonwealth of Dominica, Honorable Roosevelt Skerrit, to address the nation.
Thank you. I understand that there's a flu running around, and it is called vote of no confidence. Unfortunately, I'm catching the vote of no confidence. Let me, first of all, recognize in our midst our President, His Excellency Charles Sovereign, and Mrs. Sovereign. My dear wife, Melissa. I also send out a special greeting to my aunt and mother, Nurse Stella. Honorable Alex Boyd Knights, Speaker of the House of Assembly. Your Ladyship, Justice Victoria Charles Clark, Resident Judge. And also, Your Ladyship, Justice Stevenson Brooks, or Resident Judge. Your Lordship, the Most Reverend Gabriel Malze, Bishop of Roseau. Our dear Reverend Wilson. Your Excellency Eliud Williams, former President of Dominica, and Mrs. Williams. My cabinet colleagues and your spouses. Honorable Lennox Linton, Leader of the Parliamentary Opposition, and Mrs. Linton. Your Excellencies, the members of the Diplomatic and Consular Corps, and other visiting dignitaries and spouses. Your Excellency, Irwin Larrock, Secretary General of the Caribbean Community. Sir Hilary MacDonald Beckles, Vice Chancellor of the University of the West Indies. Other honorable members of Parliament, Your Worship, Mayor Irene John and Mr. John, Chairmen of various commissions, Ambassador Steve Farrell, Cabinet Secretary and Mrs. Farrell, Permanent Secretaries and spouses, awardees, members of the media, distinguished guests, visiting Dominicans, friends, family, fellow citizens, ladies and gentlemen. What a difference a year makes. 1 year ago, the spirit of our celebration of the 37th anniversary of Dominica's independence was dampened by thoughts and concerns about the destruction, pain, and suffering inflicted on our country and our families as a result of the battering by Tropical Storm Erika. I called on our citizens then to put their shoulders to the wheel as we work together to rebuild Dominica better and stronger. 1 year on, with the sweat, toil, and prayers of our people, and with the most generous support of regional and international partners, Dominica has made great strides in our recovery efforts. Many people have expressed to me their surprise and amazement over what this country has been able to achieve just 14 months after almost the entire country's GDP was wiped out in a few hours. The support that we received and continue to receive from our friends and partners, many of whom are represented here today, has been invaluable, and we express our profound thanks to them all. The confidence they have shown in this government as we continue to manage this country in a fiscally prudent manner is deeply appreciated. After 1 year of healing, a year of attending to the needs of those most severely affected by the storm, we are now facing the future with increased confidence that our dreams for a prosperous and successful nation will bear fruit. It is this confidence that encourages Dominicans at home and abroad to reach out and embrace each other on this, the 30th anniversary of our independence, with the greeting, happy birthday, Dominica. Fellow Dominicans, visitors, friends, building and rebuilding is not new to us in Dominica. Time and again, after the passage of tropical systems causing floods and landslides, we have had to redesign and implement new projects for enhancing the safety and security of our many vulnerable communities. We have worked hard to build new infrastructure, open new roadways, built new schools, and new health facilities. In the immediate aftermath of Erica, government embarked on a national resettlement program to provide safe housing to 521 affected families and individuals living in hazardous areas across the island. Today, ladies and gentlemen, the entire village of Jubic, comprising 129 people, has been resettled at Center in Granby in 50 new houses constructed by a government in partnership with the government of Venezuela. In keeping with our Build Back Better theme, the occupants are now in more comfortable homes with significantly improved amenities and a consequent increased standard and quality of life. These houses are part of the donation to us of 300 petrocasas by the Bolivarian Republic of Venezuela to address our critical housing needs following Tropical Storm Erica. We extend our thanks to the government of the Bolivarian Republic of Venezuela for this most generous gift. Currently, work is proceeding on the resettlement program for the community of Petit-Savan, which is being located on land acquired by the government at Bellevue-Chopin. The construction of 44 petrocasas there are well underway. Additionally, we have also entered into an agreement to construct a modern community in that area. This will comprise 316 residential homes, a multi-purpose community center, a market, and 26 commercial units. These commercial units will provide opportunities for small businesses, such as barbershops, restaurants, grocery shops, and small boutiques. This development will be financed with funds from the Citizenship by Investment program. While these settlement works are being undertaken, government continues to ensure that the affected families enjoy a decent level of comfort and normalcy. We are meeting the cost of their rental accommodation, and where necessary, a displacement allowance is provided. Ladies and gentlemen, when approximately 96% of your economy was adversely impacted by the storm, the livelihoods of many of our people were significantly undermined. Mindful of this, government attached utmost importance to ensuring that small and medium-sized businesses were operational in quick time. Immediate financial assistance was given to those businesses to enable them to restock their enterprises and to replace damaged equipment. Similarly, tourism and agriculture were also significantly affected. We provided some immediate financial support to those sectors, to assist with relief and recovery efforts. And this year, we have also made available a concessionary loan facility to stimulate increased investment in agriculture and to facilitate improvements in hotel and restaurant plants. Ladies and gentlemen, government has given $10 million to the Agricultural, Industrial, and Development Bank, the Aid Bank, for on lending to farmers at a very low interest rate of 3%, with a 6-month grace period on payment of interest and principal. The Aid Bank has reported that there is a high demand by farmers for loans under this facility. This new injection of financing into the agricultural sector complements programs that are already in effect for delivering subsidized fertilizer and agrochemicals to farmers, the provision of free technical advice, and the rehabilitation of several farm access roads across the country. This, no doubt, will have a positive impact on agriculture and our pork and poultry production, and will enhance our competitiveness in agriculture. Last week, the government of Dominica signed a grant agreement with the European Union valued at 8.9 million euros, approximately EC $26.7 million, which will be invested primarily in building climate resilience in the agricultural sector. We express our sincere thanks to the European Union for the continued assistance to Dominica. Government continues to invest in the development of the tourism and hospitality sector. $15 million have also been made available to hoteliers and restaurant owners through the Aid Bank, again at an attractive low interest rate of 3%, with a 1-year grace period on the payment of interest and penalty and principal. Government has also provided greater financial support to the Ministry of Tourism, increasing the marketing budget to $8.5 million and increasing the budget for the World Creole Music Festival, which was just successfully concluded. A commitment was also given to increase the budget for Carnival. Fellow citizens, we have a responsibility as a people and a country to make Dominica more attractive and comfortable. If the nation is to reap the full benefits of the thriving tourism sector, this requires that the frontline operators in the industry and the general population be consistently welcoming to visitors and locals alike. It is also necessary that the plant, amenities, and the quality of service are maintained at a high standard. We all have a responsibility as citizens to ensure that our behavior and our attitude are welcoming to our visitors. We pride ourselves as being known as the Nature Isle of the Caribbean, and therefore we need to be more committed to keeping our environment clean. Ladies and gentlemen, as a small and open and vulnerable economy, we have been relying heavily on the assistance of our friends and international partners in responding to the mammoth challenge that we have faced in the wake of Erica. Last year, I expressed appreciation to the many countries that came to our aid in addressing our immediate relief and recovery efforts. The road ahead to full recovery is, however, a costly and difficult one. Significant damage was done along the E.O. Libla and Dr. Nicholas Liverpool highways. You may recall that less than 5 years ago, both of these highways were extensively rehabilitated, and we now have to spend substantial sums to replace the damaged sections, including the construction of new bridges. This, unfortunately, is the reality that we must deal with when damage caused by extreme weather events repeatedly undermines the gains that we have made. On the Eo-Libla Highway, 3 bridges were washed away. Numerous drains and culverts were damaged, along with extensive edge failures and land slippages. We are grateful to the People's Republic of China for the firm commitment to underwrite the cost of the reconstruction of the Eo-Libla Highway. A group of engineers from China is currently on island, carrying out final project design investigation work along the West Coast. We will sign the implementation agreement and the economic and technical agreement with the government of China later this month to facilitate the project. We thank the government of the People's Republic of China for the continued solidarity and tangible expression of support to our country. It is through their support also in providing us with solar street lights that we are well on our way with the installation of over 2,500 street lights. We have commenced the installation of these solar lights along the Eo-Libla and Dr. Nicholas Liverpool highways. Our plan is to have both of them completely lit within the next 3 to 4 months. Work will then begin on the lighting of other roadways around the island. This, no doubt, will contribute to making the experience of driving on and using our roads at night much safer and more pleasant. Since the passage of Tropical Storm Erica, works undertaken have included re-establishing and improving access to various communities, enhancing security and safety of citizens and property by building retaining walls, dredging rivers, and replacing culverts. There are extensive and challenging rebuilding works to be undertaken in several communities, which require special technical expertise, all of which is not available locally. It is for this reason that we have commenced discussions with 2 international engineering firms with a view to providing us with critical technical advice to ensure that the structures we build can withstand a similar type occurrence in the future. Ladies and gentlemen, the Citizenship by Investment Program has provided an important source of funds for financing the economic and social development of Dominica towards a sustainable path, a fact that has been acknowledged by the International Monetary Fund. Much of our capital budget this year is being financed with funds from the Citizenship by Investment Program. Additionally, the hotel developments under the real estate projects approved under the program are providing an important avenue for job creation, initially in the construction sector and subsequently during the operation of these facilities. Last week, I visited the work site of the Range Kempinski 5-star resort at Portsmouth, along with my cabinet colleagues, and I was impressed with the quality and pace of work at the site. I am advised that 106 Dominicans are employed there, comprising 85% of the total workforce. Many more persons are employed in other firms which are providing complementary services to the project. Rangers also informed us that the Kempinski Group has agreed to train 25 Dominicans at managerial and other levels for a 1-year period at their resorts worldwide. This will allow them to gain the necessary experience in the level of service which they will be expected to provide at the hotel in Dominica. Construction work on this 160-room 5-star resort is expected to be completed within the 18-month time frame estimated by the developers. Ladies and gentlemen, hundreds of direct and indirect jobs will be created by this investment. We must therefore position ourselves to take advantage of the opportunities that this presents for our people in the service sector, fishing, agriculture, among other areas. Citizenship by investment resources have been an important source of government financing for the post-ERICA projects implemented to date. However, significant additional financial resources will be required, and will have to be externally sourced for the full recovery of the economy, the rebuilding of our infrastructure, and addressing all of the challenges presented by ERICA. While government seeks the help of our partners and friends as a country, we have to continue to make the necessary sacrifices and our own contribution to the recovery effort. Fellow citizens, while we are responding to these challenges, we continue to pursue what we consider to be potentially the most transformative project that we have undertaken to date. I speak about our geothermal project. The Geothermal Resources Development Act was recently passed in Parliament. The Act lays out the rules and structure within which the geothermal resources will be developed, exploited, and monitored in Dominica. Last month, we signed an agreement with the government of New Zealand, providing for technical support on all aspects of engineering, procurement, and construction as it relates to the geothermal project. We thank the government of New Zealand for its continued support in that regard. The Dominica Geothermal Company, which is completely owned by the government, has been incorporated. The government has invested in excess of US $20 million thus far in the geothermal project. And additionally, we have made a commitment of US $15 million towards the construction of the domestic plant. Additional financing will come from a combination of grants and loans from our international partners and financing institutions. If all goes as planned, we expect the construction of the plant to begin next year, with completion expected in 2019. Fellow citizens, ladies and gentlemen, friends, this government's vision for healthcare in Dominica is well documented. One of our principal goals is the development and provision of exceptional and affordable public healthcare services at all levels for our citizens, residents, and visitors in this beautiful country. I am therefore delighted to confirm that we have begun the construction of our new national hospital. This hospital will be a modern, well-planned structure equipped with some of the finest and most technologically advanced equipment and staffed by a cadre of well-trained and competent healthcare professionals. This hospital is one of the 4 pillar projects agreed with the People's Republic of China. I once again express my appreciation and that of the government and people of Dominica to the government and people of the People's Republic of China for their most generous gift and continued support for our country, Dominica. But, fellow citizens, I wish to issue a special call to all Dominicans. Nation building requires everyone to get involved. In making reference to this year's theme, it is important that each of us reflect on whether we are fulfilling our commitment to our country. We may need to do some introspection and ask ourselves how we can strengthen our commitment to nation building. We should examine the quality of our relationships with each other and how those relationships bind us in a beneficial national effort. I therefore reiterate the call for us to unite in the interest of nation building. Let us put country first and commit to working together to achieve the development and progress that we all want for this beautiful country of ours. I sincerely thank our many partners from the region and the wider global community who have worked with us and supported us over the past 38 years of building an independent Dominica. I thank and congratulate those of you who make it your bounden duty to speak positively of and promote in a healthy manner this country of ours. I have said before, and I reiterate on this occasion, that every Dominican must see him or herself as an ambassador for Dominica. What we say about Dominica is internalized by many and treated as gospel. Let us therefore be constructive and positive in the promotion this our island home. This independence finds us in a much better place than we were last year. And I pray to the Almighty God that next year will find us further improved and well on our way to building and enjoying a new and more prosperous Dominica. I wish also to congratulate all the awardees today who have made a contribution to Dominica, the region, and the world. We thank you most sincerely for your service to our nation, our service to the region, and indeed your service to the world. May God continue to bless your efforts. May God continue to bless this great nation, the Commonwealth of Dominica, that we prepare a better place for succeeding generations to enjoy. Happy independence to all, and may the good Lord continue to bless and keep the Commonwealth of Dominica. I thank you most sincerely. Love you all. God bless you. Happy Independence, Dominica. Let us go forth and serve our God and country with honor, pride, and dignity and determination to strengthen our commitment to nation building. Thank you very much.
Thank you, Honorable Prime Minister, for your National Day address, which was definitely an inspiring one to the nation.